Welcome back to another episode of the Know Your Power podcast. I'm your host, Kendall Aaliyah.
And I'm juliarene.
And I'm sick today. I'm just saying it now because I'm going to be coughing. I already know. I have a cough drop in. They're sitting right next to me. I will be continuing to put more in as we talk. So just work with us, please, today. I'm probably not gonna sound right. Also, I feel like most people get this way when you're sick. Your mental capacity for anything educational is very slim.
Anything educational.
So I feel dumb and sick. So that's how we're doing.
Today I'm dumb.
But today is the last episode of the Becoming Her series, which is bittersweet. I feel like it was a really almost fun series because the last two were so fitness related, and this one's very mental health and just bettering yourself related. So it's been fun. But today we're talking about how to romanticize your life, or what that even means. That's a practice I do often. Is it something that you feel like you do in your life?
Yeah.
I'm
always the main character of my movie.
Exactly. That's something That's something that doesn't come naturally to me. I think I said it to you and Liv one time where I was like, I don't feel like a background character, but I feel almost like a supporting character. If Julie is the main character, I'm just the sidekick. And then not even in a negative way. I just realized in a lot of the relationships in my life, I never viewed myself as the main person, the main character, in friend groups.
But what about of your own life?
Exactly. I never thought of myself that way. So I almost had to train myself. And I feel like that's kind of what we're talking about today. Because for a lot of people that doesn't come naturally. I feel like we all know those people that when you walk into a room or when they walk into the room, they're the main character and you know it. Because they radiate that energy. What?
I'm main character to a fault. To where I'm oh wait, other people are existing other than me?
Which I feel like I rather have that than not feel that ever.
Yeah.
I had
For
to
me, I need to dial it down and you need to
dial mine up. I feel like it really took convincing myself, and I'm a big fake it till you make it approach to a lot of things, especially when it comes to confidence, because that doesn't come naturally to me. And I'm finally at a point where I realize it is subconscious now, and I do feel like the main character when I do the most mundane tasks. So that's for those who are what even is romanticizing your life, that I'm sure you could piece together. I feel like it's self-explanatory, but it's become more popular with TikTok culture. I feel started saying it more.
I follow so many accounts that are obviously, this, that I've been following. I think it was ever since, the first time that I remember following an ASMR cleaning TikTok account was last year when Zach and I were broken up, and it was me and you and Erica were hanging out so much, and I would watch them and it was just addicting. And I still follow tons of accounts that are like that. And then it's moved into kind of romanticizing your life accounts, to where it'll be cleaning, they're making a drink, the
girl that has
putting headphones
on,
the ice
girl that organizes her
the ice girl
cubes.
that has 17 different kinds of ice, and each kind of
It's
ice
wild.
is for something else. I don't think I'll ever get to that moment. Maybe when I become a mom and I have less.
If I had endless money, that is what I would spend it on.
I was just about to say, when I'm a mom and I have less to do, I'm wait, I'm going to have way more to do.
Way too much to do.
When I don't have to prep for a bodybuilding show, and the majority of my day isn't surrounded about bodybuilding, maybe I'll become an ice lady. And I'd be
That's your rebrand.
Wait. Yeah, I'm just the ice lady. And I'm wait, Kendall. This ice goes with that water.
I don't even like ice. I don't like my drinks cold.
You're weird. I have to have ice in my drink.
I think it's just from braces, teeth whitening. I just have sensitive teeth. I can't do ice, but I love her videos. Yeah. Anyway.
I use my teeth to open things, everything. I have very strong teeth.
I don't. My teeth might break off at any moment. I could see myself getting veneers one day.
Yeah.
From needing them.
For me though, me needing them because I open boxes with I'm just
That's me with my nails. That's why they're always broken.
Yeah, I'm missing two right now.
I'm missing two.
But the guy, oh my God, that's funny. You also have Barbie nails.
Yeah.
We need to go see the Barbie movie, and then we need to talk about it.
Yes.
Alexa and I have been trying to find a time to go see the Barbie
Can I go
movie,
with you
so
guys?
you got to come with
Okay.
us. But it's been like sold out.
I didn't even think to ask you. I was like, oh my gosh, I have no one to go with. Cooper doesn't want to go. I'm so stupid.
Zach will probably be hurt that he won't be invited.
He can sit behind us.
Yeah.
But him and Cooper can go see, what is it, Oppenheimer or whatever the other one is.
But there's a guy in it. There's Ken. Anyways, yeah, we gotta go see that. What are we talking about today? Oh, we were talking about romanticizing.
You were talking about the
life.
TikTokers you follow.
Yes, but like watching it is so awesome because what they're really doing in these videos, like it's not anything that's that big. Because like when people think about romanticizing their life, I feel like the first thing that they think of is like extravagant things, like going on trips and doing like expensive things. But for me, romanticizing my life is literally on Sundays, I wake up, I don't have cardio. It's my rest day. I wake up at like whatever time like my body wants to. I get ready for the day. Zach and I go to the farmer's market. We go and like
cute.
We get eggs, we get bone broth, we grab a little coffee. I come home, I organize my fridge. He'll like go and do a little bit of work, and I like organize my fridge so that it's ready for the week, and I put all my meals so they're ready. That to me is romanticizing my life.
Yeah.
I'll have like a true crime podcast that makes me feel very calm. And
you're so weird.
like that is my version of romanticizing my life. And like, for example, today is my rest day as well. And today I woke up, let my body just wake up when it was. So I don't have to go because I don't have to do cardio. I got my energy drink. I did my journaling, do my podcast, and I'll just like do things throughout the day that are good for my body, and to me that's romanticizing my life.
I think it's the little things. Like I wrote the outline for this video, and over I was writing like mundane activities.
Yeah, like that's cleaning is romanticizing my life all the time.
Exactly. I think it's more so it's fully how you view yourself and your life. Like that's all romanticizing it is. Like I use an example of like, let's say going to the gym, because like I'm assuming if you're listening to us, like you're a gym person. It's one thing to like dread going to the gym. You're like, okay, I don't really want to go today. You throw on whatever outfit is clean. You get there. Yes, you're listening to music, but you're just like in your workout, and then you leave. And like, yes, that's essentially what all of us are doing. But then it's like that extra thing of I put on an outfit that I feel really cute in.
I romanticize everything in my life now that I'm thinking about it.
No, literally. And I didn't for a long time. So I'm going to share tips in a minute. But like, because it took me a long time to start doing that. And it's honestly makes living so fun because you get to look forward to all the little things instead of like just looking forward to, like you said, like the one big trip you do that year, like whatever that looks like for you. I think it's more fun when it's like a daily thing of what do I get to enjoy today. But anyway, like doing your hair and makeup so you feel like super cute. You listen to like your favorite podcast on the way, or your favorite song on the way, or you have your favorite like pre-workout meal. Just like any little thing you can make it so that it's fun and like enjoyable. You can do that with anything. When it comes to cleaning, like listening to my favorite podcast always puts me in such like a happy
it for
state.
those times too. Like I'll save some of my, I have like 5 true crimes that are on deck, and obviously like they all post at different times. And I'm just like
talking about murder all day.
Just literally, Zach is very concerned with me.
I am too.
But my mom and my sister are the same, which is funny. But you're so right, because with the gym especially, like there's a point where it seems like going to the gym is like a task. Like you make it like a task. But I always like to think of romanticizing your life is like a movie montage.
Yes.
So like
Same.
if I'm getting ready for going to the gym, there's like a song in the background that's playing in my mind that's like do, 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 do. And she's putting her makeup on, she's getting ready, like she's putting her clothes on, she's mixing her pre-workout, she's eating her favorite meal, she's going to the gym.
See how you're saying she, and like that's the whole point of this is like being her,
like
becoming her,
being that girl. Like I want you to think of a rom-com movie, and there's always that montage of where the couple is like living a year in like 5 minutes and they're like falling in love. Like that is what these moments of your life can be, and you can make it that way so that you're excited to wake up in the morning and do your morning routine. You're excited to do that little routine that you do to go to the gym. Maybe you're at an office and you have to do your routine like at work, but you still make it something that you look forward to, and it's if you're living in your own little movie montage.
It's literally just like finding like the joy or like the beauty in the little things that you do every day, and especially mundane tasks, because those are the things we often like put off or end up not doing at all because we we just don't want to, like it's always like a negative associated thing. I think just like literally convincing yourself that these things are beautiful and that they are fun, or like how you kind of get started in that world.
Yeah.
I
Especially
totally forget what I was going to say.
Like day to day, a lot of our life is very routine. And there's only like some sort of moments where you'll have like a break in your routine, where you go on a vacation, you have a wedding, you have a baby, like there's some big event that happens. But the majority of our life is very mundane. You wake up, you go to bed. It's the same thing kind of each day, especially like if you're a bodybuilder. Even your meals are exactly the same every single day. So if you can find moments to romanticize your life and make it more exciting, like I'll lay in bed at night and I'm so excited to wake up in the morning because I'm ready to do that little movie montage moment that I have where it's cardio. And honestly, when I'm done with cardio, I kind of get sad because my little montage is over and I have to go back to reality.
Instead of so many people would be sad to do the cardio.
Yeah, it's crazy. And I only realized it just now that I was romanticizing each moment of my life.
Thinking about it, have done it my whole life because like YouTube was just kind of starting when I was like in middle school, I would say. And I remember like every night my skincare routine consisted of like brushing my hair and washing my face, and that was it. But I would still pretend I was like in a YouTube video. I would still pretend I was like doing it as like a performance almost.
Yeah.
And that's still kind of how I approach a lot of things. Seriously. Like I would always listen to my favorite songs. I'd be like, hi guys. Like do my whole little like fake, never like out loud, but in my head I was like, oh, this is like my moment, like my movie moment.
I'm vlogging.
Exactly.
I'm vlogging right now. Hey guys, so first what I do, I pick up my brush and then I brush my hair. And that's it. The end.
12-year-old Kendall was so stupid.
But it's true. It's like when you're little and you play pretend, you make believe.
Why do we ever stop doing that? It makes everything so fun.
And
that's basically what it is. We kind of. Oh my god, my cough drop.
Did you almost choke on your cough drop?
Yes. It like slid back. I like caught it with my teeth. Okay. Anyway. What was I even saying? Oh, we talked about, I think in last week's episode, building like kind of confidence in the gym, or like how to get over some gym fears. And I talked about being delusional, and I'm so serious that that it works. Like, but you can't walk into a room and think you're the main character, or like have those, I know they're fake, but the fake thoughts of like everyone's admiring me, and that you have that sensation because you're admiring yourself. So you're like reflecting it on other people, and you can't do that unless you feel confident. So like, I think I'll go into like the steps of like what has helped me, because like I said before, it does not come natural at all. I think the first one, spending alone time, taking yourself on dates, like to be more specific.
That's my favorite thing.
Me
is
too.
To be alone.
I love being alone.
Like today, I get to, after this, we're going to do some like podcast planning and stuff, but then I get to go and do like an IV drip, and then I get to go grab a coffee, and I get to go work at a coffee shop, and then get to go to the chiropractor, and I get to be all alone, and I'm so excited to go and do those things by myself.
As Julia was saying that, you're saying like, I get to do this. I get to, because it's like a privilege.
Yeah.
Most people would be like, oh, I have to go get an IV drip. I have to. Yeah, exactly. But like, it's things you look forward to.
Like I'm making it a thing, because like I don't get to have
we don't leave the house much.
Yeah, I don't really get to leave the house much, and this is my chance. It's my chance. So yeah, I'm making it like a thing. Like in my head right now, I'm like, okay, I get to go do my IV drip. You know, I can set up my little workstation at a coffee shop. I get to get a coffee.
Dude, that's my favorite.
They
Working
have
at a coffee shop,
which is great. So I'm making it like this whole thing.
Yeah. Which is how it should be. I feel like viewing everything as like an event or like a reason to leave the home is what I do too.
I have arrived. Coffee shop.
Like the barista's like, who cares?
You're like, I am the main character of my life in all of your lives.
For me, it was kind of like hard when I first started living alone, because like I have so many brothers and siblings, and I was so used to like, yes, I'm introverted, but I always like had them around to like talk to at least. And it did take me a while to learn. For me, coffee shops was always a big one. When I first started living alone, like every weekend at least, I would like go sit at a coffee shop, because like I didn't have like a group of friends in Austin really. And And like my family lives in Texas, but they're pretty far. So it was like just something I could do by myself. I still felt like I was in public. It still gave me that choice to be like, okay, I can like get ready. I can do my hair and makeup. I can like feel cute as I sit at this coffee shop and work instead of just sitting at home. Exactly.
That's how introverts, in my opinion, get out there. That's how I was, because I don't really want to talk to you.
Yeah,
but
I just want to be near you.
I want y'all to be in the vicinity, so I know you're there, but don't talk to me.
Yes, I feel like it gives you a chance when you like leave the house by yourself and go and do something, whether it's like a solo trip or literally just like running to Target alone. It just gives you a chance to like get to know yourself a little better when like you're not having any other like conversation or like opinions flooding your brain. You can really like almost date yourself, which I think everyone should do, especially like if you are single. That's when I spent the most time like doing things alone. But even in a relationship, like I still like to go and like I'll tell my boyfriend, like, okay, like we typically train together, not even that we're working out together, but at the same gym. And on my leg days, I'm like, I like to go to Lift ATX. You can do like your own workout at like the other gym we go to, because that's my like me time. Yeah. That's what I like look forward to every week, is like pushing myself for like an hour.
And anyway, so that's like a big one. A lot of people are scared of this one in general, is spending time alone. I would encourage you to really think about, when you're alone, what do you do? How do you feel? Is it scary? Are you distracting yourself? Are you trying to invite people over? Are you trying to like go and do things? Because that could be a huge, not a red flag, but I'd say more of a cue for you that like maybe you got issues being alone.
Yeah.
Like why?
Maybe explore that.
Maybe explore that. Explore that empty negative space, even though it is scary, because I've had a lot of friends in the past, and I know a lot of people that hate the negative space so much. And I'm one of them who's hated it. I did it a lot when Zach and I broke up. I do it in the way that looks good to the outside world, which is overworking, doing more things like that. And for the outside world, it looks like, oh great, Julie's starting a new business adventure, and it looks great, but I'm distracting from spending that alone time and really figuring out like, what do I want? What does her need? Yeah. What is she lacking? And what gaps do I need?
And you can't do that if you're distracted or with other people. Yeah. Like you need to sit with yourself.
You got to be alone.
Yeah. The second one I have is dressing and doing my makeup to my dream aesthetic. And this one's important to me because this took me a while to be confident enough to dress how I wanted to dress, to do my hair a certain way, to do my makeup a certain way. And I know it sounds silly, but like I grew up with 3 older brothers. My mom is a tomboy. Like no one taught me how to do makeup. And when I started to learn, like my brothers would always like poke fun at me and stuff like that. So I never felt girly. I never felt like outwardly feminine. I knew inwardly I was, but I just didn't even know. Like I would watch these girls on YouTube or follow on Instagram, or like back in Tumblr days, like idolize these girls who like had a certain aesthetic about them. And I was like, oh, but I'll never look like that because like I don't wear makeup, or I dress like a tomboy, like all these little things. And I don't know what switched, but like it honestly was semi-recently, like within the last few years. Even more recent than that, probably within the last year, I'm like, I love when I wear like half up pigtails to the gym because I feel cute. Like I feel hot. Like that makes me feel good. I like doing my eyeliner. Yet maybe my only activity this day that I'm leaving the apartment for, since a lot of the work I do is from home, is going to the gym. Yes. So like I want to feel my best. And that's something I used to not allow myself to do. Like I used to be like, oh, I'll never be that girl that wears a full face of makeup to the gym. And then I started doing it and I was like, oh, I feel 10 times more confident than I used to. Why did I push this off for so long?
Exactly.
And I don't know what was like holding me back, but when I started doing it and started like just really feeling confident in myself, like my workouts are better, my attitude is better. I definitely walk into the gym with like a different presence because I do feel like I'm more important because I am prioritizing myself.
Yeah, if you're confident in the way that you are presenting yourself to the world, then you're going to be more confident in general. Like this is just me personally, that I feel more confident when I have my makeup on and I have my hair done and I have a cute outfit on and I go to the gym. But I know girls that feel confident in something that's completely different. Yeah. Like our friend Kayla, she feels really confident when she goes to the gym and she's wearing her sports bra, she has her little pump cover on, she might have like sweats on or whatever, and she feels really confident doing that. So whatever that looks like for you.
Yeah, I'm so totally not saying you like have to wear eyeliner to the gym, because on the flip side, like there's definitely a time where I felt like I had to.
Yes.
And I was like, oh no, I'm way more comfortable like washing my face before the gym, because then I feel like I can just like not focus on how I look or like worry about my makeup like running or whatever.
Exactly.
So it works on both ends, but
I'm melting.
That's how I feel daily when
at the gym every day.
Sweat.
I'm like, I'm melting, but it's okay. I still feel great and confident.
The next one I have, I want to add, that's like not just for the gym. Like also, I realized when I do little things, like a big thing I look forward to on a weekly basis is going to Target. As we all know, I love Target. I'm such a basic white girl.
You're just like my sister. It's so weird. My sister does that all the time.
Runs to Target?
Yes.
If I could go to Target daily, I'll find an excuse to do it. But it used to be just like a thing of like, I'm just like running to grocery shop or running to do this. But like when you put intent behind like how you look, that then affects how you feel, and you walk into any environment, you never know where you're going to meet someone. Yeah. Like I met my boyfriend like in public. Yeah. If I didn't care about like how I was perceived that day, or like maybe I didn't even feel good enough about myself to go that day, I would have never met him. So like little opportunities like that, you never know.
You might not have even had the confidence to go to that event.
Exactly.
Even talk to somebody.
Yeah.
If you're feeling very low self-esteem, and you lack confidence in that moment, then you might not have certain opportunities, you know? You might not have the guts to go and do that thing or talk to that person.
Yeah. So whatever you do, feel hot doing it.
Yeah. Whatever really hot looks like to you.
It does affect how you feel.
It does.
The next one is ones we've already dove into earlier this series, which is like the vision boards, the morning routines, like having set things that you're looking forward to, and like goal setting. I feel like is super important, because if you don't have anything you're working towards, it's hard to like romanticize the things you're doing to get there, versus if you know every day, like, oh, I'm doing this because I'm becoming this person, or I'm doing this because that is my goal and I'm getting one step closer. It makes it a lot easier to like, I guess, enjoy the moment of the work versus if you're just like aimlessly working and don't really have an end goal or something you're looking forward to, it's hard to enjoy the work you're putting in, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it's so true. One thing that I love doing is that whenever I am doing that really difficult task, I find a way to remind me of why I'm doing it. Mm-hmm. So for example, when I'm doing my cardio and it's getting like really hard and my feet are hurting and my calves are swelling or whatever, or my shin splints.
Oh my gosh, I will say, I started 75 hard yesterday, even though I'm sick. My hands, I like wish I took a picture. My fingers like tripled in size.
Swelling?
Like, so swollen. From walking.
Oh my God.
I was like,
my
just
ankles were
outside.
So swollen the first day of doing that I was walking like this slow.
Yeah.
I was like,
ugh. I'm starting my period soon, so I think I'm already like a little watery, but I literally was like, oh my gosh. And I like turned to my boyfriend. I was like, look at my hands. And he was like, what
little
is that?
Sausages.
Like he's never experienced, I think women must experience it more. Yeah. He was like, what is happening? And I used you as an example. I was like, Julia told me that her like ankles and feet really swelled when she started this, so hopefully I'm not stuck like this.
I did, because I wasn't used to walking. I'm a standstill lifter, man. That's about it. But yeah, now my when I do my cardio, I'll watch the Olympia girls on stage. So I have this like Olympia motivation YouTube playlist that I made, and it's just all of them like posing on stage. So I'll watch that. So while I'm doing that difficult thing, I'm living the reason why I'm doing it.
Yeah. Like you're finding, again, like the joy in it.
Exactly.
The thing to look forward to. Find things to look forward to. I think that's number one on the list.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to my coffee today and my little refill.
Exactly. Like it's the smallest things.
So small.
I thought of something this morning. I forget. Oh, I like went grocery shopping yesterday and bought like new stuff for like a different breakfast I've never made. And like, that's what I'm excited for this week. Yeah. Is like making that breakfast.
It's so tiny, but just find something to romanticize about.
The next one's self-care, which I think does kind of tie into like the spending time alone. I specifically do things on a weekly basis, if not even a daily, that old me would have been like, oh, I can't like pour that much like selfish time into myself. And now I realize it puts me in such a better mood all week. Like if it's Monday and I have a massage scheduled for like that Friday, I am happy all week looking forward to that massage. And then I get it, and then I feel great for the next week until I schedule my next one. Like little things like that. I take baths on a regular basis, like Epsom salt baths, literally just to like help me recover. It makes me feel good. I get to like meditate in there. I get to like, it's just like it's fun to spend time is bettering yourself, whether it's like mental or physical. Exactly. I think just finding those things you can do, even down to like doing your skincare routine like all the way through, like having little moments, but also like doing a big thing, taking that trip, or like it can be really anything, just something where you're spending time bettering yourself.
Yeah, like there's a big difference between like rushing to do your skincare routine, like right before you go to bed, and then like rushing and getting into bed, versus I always feel better when I end my work day, then I go upstairs and I do my skincare slowly. I'll be listening to my little true crime podcast. Like I listen to
enjoy the moment,
bits and pieces of it throughout the day when I have that like little alone time with myself. And then I do it, make sure it's all great. Then I go downstairs, make my last meal of the day, and then Zach and I hang out for the evening instead of like rushing through everything, because then it feels like it's not fun. Yeah, because you're rushing it. You're like, I hate doing my skincare. Of course you hate it because you're rushing it.
I think timing's important for like a lot of things we do. I think that's why we made a whole episode just on morning routines, because I think like doing certain things in the morning like really set you up. Same thing on night. I'm sure we could do a night routine in the future, like not a part of the series, but like doing certain things at certain points in the day. Like I know like midday, I get like this energy depletion where I feel awful.
Mine's always at like 2.
Yeah, like 2 or 3. And
that's when I go to the gym.
that's usually before, like right before my last client of the day. So I allow myself like to take a break, to maybe like lay on the couch and read something. If I'm gonna take a nap that day, which like I don't do super often, but that is a form of self-care if you feel like you need it. Like that's when I try to prioritize like a little thing I can do to like kind of reset myself so that I still have energy to train my last client. And then I do sometimes go to the gym at night. So like doing that too, but I wouldn't be able to do those two things with like intent or positivity if I didn't give myself a minute before it.
Exactly. That's so true. Finding those moments like within your day that you just know, like your body, and you're like, okay, well, during this time, that's when I have like a little crap feeling. So that's usually me when I allow myself to stop working and then going and getting ready and starting my gym workout routine, taking it, like start having an energy drink or whatever, taking that moment to just like, okay, well, obviously your body is saying like your brain's done and your body's done working for today. So let's switch gears.
Yeah. Do something else. Something else you can like look forward to. So if that's not the gym for you, like maybe do the gym earlier in the day while you still have the energy, and then do something like else for yourself later around your like crash time. Unless you don't have one and it's just an us thing.
Unless you're just like a freaking
unless you have energy. What does that feel like?
Go through the whole day.
The next one we only have a few more tips. And when I was doing this episode, like obviously I have the things that work for me. And I also was like doing a lot of like Google research, and there's lists out there with like 50 things to help you romanticize your life. Like if you need more ideas, or like if none of the ones I gave you are resonating with you, like I'm sure there's a lot out there, a lot of articles you could read.
A lot of TikToks to watch.
Yeah, these are just things that like I realized in doing these things and doing them like intentionally really did like change my mindset to feeling just like more happy, I guess, throughout my day. The next one is trying to compliment myself before noticing any flaws when I look in the mirror. Like we've talked about a lot, like it's hard to be like outwardly like body positivity when you do know that like maybe you're on your period, you're feeling a little worse that week. I think it's so like those little comments are gonna come regardless. Like we're gonna find the flaws regardless. So I think trying to have the intention of like when you're getting ready, when you're looking at yourself, when you're trying something on, to find the good first, even though those negative thoughts might come in. So like right now, like I said, I'm sick. My period's starting this weekend. The last 2 days, like I quite honestly felt like awful. And I decided like, okay, I'm going to put on like a looser outfit. I'm still going to do my hair and makeup. Like even today, I feel sick. I was like, I'm still going to like put on an outfit I like, do my hair and makeup, try to like find the good in the situation and not worry so much about my appearance. And I know that's easier said than done, but just paying yourself little compliments. Like it could be the smallest thing of like, if it can't be physical that day, putting on a good outfit and being like, that's why I'm confident today.
Like at least my outfit is bomb.
Exactly. Yeah, just something you can focus on.
At least my hair looks Like I brushed it.
Mine doesn't.
Not mine.
Mine is
today.
like a rat's nest today. But see, like that wasn't my first thought.
Yes.
In the morning, I instead was like, oh, my skin is looking way clearer than it used to.
My face looks great. I did my makeup. I was like, so whatever. My hair doesn't have to look great.
Your hair also looks perfect though. Effortlessly.
I slept in a ballerina bun, and then I woke up and I was like, it's crimped in a way that looks strange. Whatever.
I went to bed with my hair wet, and when I do that, I wake up and it's like
it always
wavy-ish. I don't know what to call it. Anyway, so yeah, just like paying yourself compliments, even if if you can make that first thing in the morning, that'll kind of like set your mood for the day. But just anytime throughout the day, if you notice that you like body check or check the mirror more often than not, like try to make those thoughts a little more positive than they are on like first. I don't know what word I was going to use there.
First glance.
First glance.
Sure.
That's a good one. Next, finding hobbies, especially hobbies that make you feel fulfilled or like you're accomplishing something, I feel like has helped me a lot. Mm-hmm. I'm a big like art person. I'm a big reading person. Those are two like activities that first off make me feel fulfilled because like when I finish a piece or I finish a book, like that feels good. But also they're very like mindless for me. Yeah. And they allow me to like kind of get out of my mind for a minute and just like either pour all my attention into like what I'm trying to draw or just like in taking the story I'm reading. So those are two big hobbies for me. Do you have any hobbies? Outside of bodybuilding.
Outside of bodybuilding, geez.
My other hobby is going to Target on a regular basis.
My hobby is going to Target. My job is going to Target. I don't know.
I feel like you've just turned a lot of your hobbies into like your job, which can be a good thing.
I know. But if I am doing it, it would be reading or journaling or
yeah, I feel like you're
coloring.
journaling.
I'm more of like a colorer than a drawer.
I should
color
like
things in.
I'll draw you a thing and then you can
make
color
me a
it
color
in.
book.
Okay. I actually used to want to do that so bad.
That'd be cool.
Maybe one day. It's in the books. But just finding any hobby, it could literally, I'm not kidding, be as small as like going shopping or like whatever that looks like for you. Just like finding something where you can like I said before, kind of when you were talking about like switching gears and going to the gym on a rest day or something, and you're like, well, now what? Yes. Like just having something else you could like pour your time into.
Yeah, that's what today is for me. My rest days are the hardest days for me. And it's the days where I most likely want to eat off meal plan because I have more time in the day and I have to like find stuff to
especially
do
if you're at
times.
Home.
So even so, the fact that I'm even saying like I have to find things to do in that time, I don't. But what I can do is do more things that are self-care that take up time so that I'm not forcing myself to do any extra work that I don't need to do, that I'm not forcing myself to like exert more energy because the purpose of this day is to rest.
Well, yeah.
So I'll find things that are like, this is the only day a week that I take an Epsom salt bath because I hate sitting in a bath. But I'm like, well, you get to watch one of your favorite YouTubers if you go and do that, Julia.
Yeah.
If you force yourself to go into the bath because your muscles are
See, that's the one thing I love doing every week.
Yeah, then I'm like, okay, you go and sit in there. And then my dogs stare at me and they're like, what are you doing? And I'm like, bro, I don't know. They literally are confused when I'm in a bath. And they wonder why I'm sitting there and wonder why they can't come with me.
That's so funny.
And Vision straight up every time tries to jump in.
When you're in bodybuilding prep, like your recovery is your hobby. Like
it has
your second
to be.
thing.
It has to be. So like today I'm literally going to the chiropractor and doing an IV drip. I'll probably do my Epsom salt bath and some gua sha on my legs. Mm-hmm. And that has to be, like, it has to be just as important as my training. Yeah. So I have to make it a thing.
And it still feels good because you're getting one step closer to your goal doing those things.
Yeah, even though it's like a challenge for me to chill.
And then my last one, kind of like what I talked about with like fake YouTubing when I was a kid. I still kind of do that, except now, like, since I am an influencer, I will actually film everything I do. So what is that face?
Hurry up and get on YouTube face.
Yeah, I will. Eventually.
Yeah, guys. How many like weeks have we said, yeah, I will.
I just need a little more bullying into it. And
do it or I'm not going to be your friend.
Really?
No.
Okay.
Really? She's on like SpongeBob. Really?
Really, Mr. Krabs.
For example, Chloe, my little sister, so I've had 2 little baby like cameras that are perfect vlogging cameras. Zach had one and then I had one. Zach didn't use his anymore, so I took Zach's and I gave my old one to my sister Chloe. And she's been doing that. Like she's been creating like just mini vlogs for herself. Like she doesn't necessarily
I love it.
Yeah, she doesn't necessarily need to post it on YouTube, but she saw how on my YouTube videos, like I can document my whole life. And in moments that I wouldn't normally pick up a camera, then I have it. Like I literally have on there these huge pivotal moments, like where I got my dog. I have the moment where he was a baby and they brought him to my home and like watching him grow up. I have the moments where Zach and I broke up and I was alone and I moved out and spent a lot of time alone. I have these really big moments in my life documented, and she wanted to do that and not necessarily post them on YouTube, but she has them. So if you can do that in any way, it's a form of romanticizing your life. Just making it. Ooh.
I did it for like probably like 2 weeks.
Even just on your phone. It's like literally.
Yeah. I did it for 2 weeks where every day I would set up my camera and just like film like 5-second clips of whatever I was doing. If I was cooking, I would just like, I had it on a tripod anyway. I would just move it to the kitchen. Yeah. And then like when my boyfriend and I would sit down to eat, I would just like point it at the living room. Literally just for 5 seconds. I would like sit down with it, take a few bites and be like, okay, let me turn that off. And I would turn it off and we would continue doing whatever was caught on film. And I was posting them on TikTok. And those 2 weeks was probably the most main character romanticizing my life I felt, because I was making every little thing I did into what felt like art and like into a documentation of it.
You know what's crazy is that there's this video that popped up on my For You page that went super viral, and the person that posted it, that was like one of the only videos that they posted. And what it was little 5-second clips of humans being humans. Have you seen those?
I've seen similar from photographers.
It's literally just like 3 5-second clips of a bunch of different people and situations. And there's one of like a view from, which is kind of creepy, I guess, but someone through a window, like they're filming this couple in a window and they're just like giggling and laughing together. And then there's just like people walking across the street, and watching them all together. It seems so random, but it literally makes you want to cry because it's just so simple. And that's exactly what it is. It's just little
one
moments.
Of those, I'm gonna start it again, especially because I'm doing like 75 hard now. I want to do at least like one mini vlog a week. I think I was doing it every day, which was making me exhausted because editing those can take a long time, and I was posting them. Not that you have to. What was I gonna say? Oh, but one of them that I did not like viral, but one of my like best performing TikToks. And a lot of people were like, this resonates with me so much. And like all this stuff. And I was like,
well, because
what?
It's the mundane.
Exactly. Like I was showing me, like that was when I was like, the job I do, like they do have an office and I don't really go to it, but I was going to the office that day. So I think it's literally like me waking up, me getting ready, me getting in the car, me sitting at the office. I get home and I was like exhausted that day. So it's like a clip of me like kind of like curled up with like a blanket and like falling over. And then I think we went and like sat in a hot tub that night, and that was it. And it was like honestly like a great day, but like all the comments were like, oh, this really hits for me. Like people were connecting to it in very different ways. And I was like, this is a pretty happy day. But I guess the way I did edit it made it seem very like mundane and like this is the day to day.
When you edit, it seems gloomy.
Yeah.
Every time she edits her stuff, it seems like gloomy.
It's not. I just like, I like that aesthetic. Yeah. I just think it's like, I view it as like an art form, not like oh, my life is so sad. I'm like, oh, today was a great day, but this is like a really beautiful song that I'm putting it to. So let me make it like a little slower.
Yeah. There's this girl that I follow on TikTok that literally, she has like an office job, and she does her little morning vlogs of like with timestamps of how she wakes up. She does the same thing every morning. She wakes up, she puts her iPad in her desk, she goes, she takes a shower, she clips her hair up, she gets dressed, watches her putting on her clothes.
You know her.
Oh yeah, I know what she does. She goes to work, she watches her, like she drives, does the whole thing. And then she'll do ones when she's done with work, and she packs her stuff up, and same thing every day, but it's like the mundane of like being a human sometimes is beautiful.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
Yeah. I think that's the point of all of this, is like finding the beauty in everything we do every day. And like, I think what's pretty about life is that like we all have a unique approach and a unique experience for all the mundane things. So
yeah. So make your mundane things extraordinary and beautiful and romanticized.
Because they are. It's just how you it's how you view
it's
yourself.
how you view them. Like these things that you have in your life right now that you're viewing, like how can you make them the coolest thing ever? Like, honestly, I hate my rest days because I'm bored, but I'm trying to find ways to like romanticize it and make it cool.
Yeah.
And I'm excited about it now.
Yeah. Which is important.
Yeah.
I feel like that's like a good way to end the Becoming Her series, because we went over kind of like visualizing what she does, or like making vision boards of who she is and all of these other things. And this is the final, okay, now be her. Yeah. Like act like her, be her. And like over time it becomes, like I said, like I used to have to think about walking into a room with confidence, and now I just do it.
Yes.
So it just becomes who you are.
Exactly. Becoming
Mic
her.
drop.
Mic drop. And as always, guys, we love you all so much, and you're more powerful than you think.
Bye.